So what I'm going to do today is show you guys a little updated leader video. I've had a lot of interest in making that ever since I started posting some videos, so I'm going to go into that real quick. First I'm going to go into making the dragging weights. So this is what we got right here. All the stuff for the dragging weights you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. This is like half-inch tubing, surgical tubing. These are copperhead BBs like you used to shoot when you were a kid. I got a 6,000 count. These are just twist-on wire connectors. I believe these are the 22 to 14 gauge. They're orange. And what they do is they fit right inside of there, just like that. So that's what we've got. Let me go grab some glue real quick and I'll get right back to it. Also forgot these. These are just eye screws. These are size number 212. I believe that's Everbuilt is the brand. I'll show you what we're going to do with these eye screws towards the end here. So I've already pre-cut this surgical tubing. This one's 20. This one's 16. I don't see any reason to run anything longer than that. I mean, you know, you could make them as long as you want, but there's plenty of weight there and they drag really well. So it's really simple. All you're going to do is take some of this Gorilla Glue right here. I squirt a little bit on the inside here. So I just rubbed it on the back of that. You can see that Gorilla Glue. And then just start pushing it in. And twist it. These eyelets right here is what you're going to attach to. So you can see right here, I got one started. It will screw right down in there. And it'll give you a great way to twist and make sure that the glue's where it needs to be. So I like to push them in there a little further than past flush. See that, guys? Because they keep trying, they'll try to push back out on you is what the deal is. See, your BBs will go down like that and set flush. So you just got to keep adding the BBs. It's kind of a pain. I got this thing wallowed out as best I can. Wallow it out a little more. That's real close, guys, to halfway right there. Once they pack down and this thing gets, once the heat gun gets on it, it's about right where it needs to be. So you can see it's about halfway right there. So then all you're going to do is take another one of these electrical caps. There's a bunch of videos on this stuff, guys. You don't have to use mine, but I figured I'd put it out here just because I have so many questions on it, how I did it and everything else. So you don't want to turn it back upside down now because you don't want the BBs getting in any glue and getting it up in there. But there it is. And just make sure you twist that a little bit so you can see the eyelet right there. That's where you're going to clip to. That's the bottom. That's where it drags across the bottom. Like I said, we're going to heat that up with a heat gun here in a minute. And that'll be a completed weight. That's the 20-incher, and we'll do the 16 real quick. Got a little mess going here. There's a 16-inch completed. It's about halfway full of BBs, you can see right there. And mashed down the same way. So we're just going to set these over here and let them dry. And I'm going to go through all this stuff one more time to make sure I got it for you. And you know, sorry about the lawnmower noise. Neighbors mowing the backyard, I guess. Anytime you go to try to film something, that's what's going on usually. But there you go. That's it. Like I said, the only thing we've got left to do is to let these suckers dry and take a heat gun and heat them up and make sure they're gonna track right. I'll go over everything real quick on the dragging weights. Surgical tubing. All this stuff I got at Home Depot, I believe. It might have been Lowe's. It was Lowe's or Home Depot one. This is just Gorilla Glue. Right there. Copperhead BBs. These are wire nuts. They are 22 to 14. They're the orange ones. So that's the size. This right here is a screw eye. It's basically, you can see one of those little screw eyes right there that screws in. Like I said on the video, it screws right into the wire nut. The wire nut has a screw down in there. That goes in there. That goes in the tubing. Just like that. That is it. So we'll move on to the leader part of this video. And this won't take long because I'm not going to go into all the knots. I'm sure you guys know how to tie knots. If not, there's a ton of different videos on YouTube on knot tying and stuff like that. I'll just go through the leader real quick and show you how it's evolved for me. This glue all, I got glue everywhere. So I've got my rod out here. This is the wood leader that I used just the other day. Get some of this stuff out of the way. We'll start at the top. Right there, a three-way swivel with a clip. That clip right there, you guessed it, goes to your dragging weight. Your dragging weight, the screw end's going to clip right on that clip that's on that three-way swivel. So, if you can see it right there, that's where the weight's going to be. If you can imagine, it's going to be dragging along. I'll go get one and show you in just a second. But that's a three-way swivel with a clip on the bottom. Then you're going to have about 2 foot of line there. Down here you're going to go to a chain swivel. What this does is it prevents the catfish from rolling off. It gives him and twisting your line, but it also keeps the bait from twisting too much when it's getting drug in behind the boat, behind the kayak or whatever you're fishing out of. It makes the bait spin. So from there, I usually put about another foot right there. There it is, man. Secret weapon. Demon Draggin. This is a perch colored one I bought off Amazon. There's plenty of them. You can get them anywhere. Then I do another 6 inches of line off the back. There's a knot tied here to the front of the Demon Draggin and a knot tied here to the back. Another 6 to 8 inches of line to an 8/0 Mustad Demon Circle hook. I've been very, very pleased with these hooks. As long as you change them and keep sharp ones on there every other trip or something, you should be great. But that's the whole leader, and that's about how long it is. So one of the ways that I gauge it is on my rod here. I clip the hook on the reel, and I know if I have it too long, the hook's clipped on the reel right there. It's too long if it's longer than the rod. You don't want it any longer than that. So that's a great way to gauge it. I usually like mine, you can see right there, about 4 eyes down, or it's equal to about 1.5 feet. So from the reel to there, that's about how long you want to run it. I've also had some people ask about what kind of gear I use. This is my favorite setup right here. You got this set up, you're good to go from a kayak, in my opinion. This is a Abu Garcia 6500 C3 Catfish Edition. It's got the big handle. I like the big handles on them. But it's a 6500. A lot of guys are using 7000s and even bigger. For my application, I don't think you need it. The kayak acts as drag. So you've got all that drag of the kayak. As long as you adjust your drag here, you've got plenty of reel to fight any big fish. This is my rod. This is a St. Croix Mojo Cat. I believe this is the medium heavy. It's a 7-foot rod. It's plenty of rod so you can go around the front of the kayak and fight the fish wherever he decides to go. But that's it, guys. If you get anything in this ballpark, you're going to be good on gear. I don't like a big butt. If you're going to be kayak fishing, you don't want a big knob down here or something like that because it just gets in the way. I like something nice and smooth where I can get it out of the rod holders quick and set the hook. But that's the gear I use. That's it. That's all there is to it on the rod. That is the 3-way swivel with the clip that I was telling you about right there. There's your eyelet for your your draggin sinker right there. Comes down to your draggin sinker. There's your leader coming down right here. Here's your chain swivel. Some of them are beads, some of them are like this, but that's a basic chain swivel. Comes down here to your demon draggin right there. That's a perch colored one. Then all the way to an 8/0 Mustad Demon circle hook right there. And like I said, you can see right there, I don't like it longer than the rod. So the hook's hooked in there. If you're all the way to your last eyelet, you're too long in my opinion. So basically, what this thing does is drag along the bottom like that. This is perfect for drifting. This is tailor-made for trolling or drifting, and it works really well out of a kayak. I would assume it would work really well out of a boat, as long as you keep your drift speeds slow enough. You don't want to go, if you're going over ½ mile an hour, you're going too fast, in my opinion. Maybe in the summer you could get away with going a little faster. In the winter, in the cold water like this, I like to keep it around 0.3, to be honest, and 0.2 will work too, but anything under 0.5 miles per hour. But basically that weight's going to drag across the bottom as it's going right there. This is going to float your bait up in the water column. So that's exactly how it works, and it works well. So there you go, guys. There's a leader video and a little tutorial. I hope it helps y'all out. If you get a chance, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing a lot more catfishing. We're also going to do some more hunting though. So that's it for today, guys. Killer B out.